I knew this movie was going to be good, but I wasn't expecting it to be this good. Holy flying flip, guys. I don't even know how to start this review. The Wolverine is an awesome movie, with just one nagging problem. But let's discuss, shall we? What's up, how's this going? Welcome back to the Animation Show, the Animation including TV and movies as well. I'm your host, Jackson Small. Welcome back to X Month. Let's talk about the Wolverine. This is the bounce back the character needed after the horrible pile of garbage that was X-Men Origins Wolverine. That movie was so bad I refused to review it. But the Wolverine itself, I've heard really great things about this one. It's from James Mangold, and I see the movie that he directed after this, the year it came out, because I was a fan of that character and a fan of that storyline, but I'll talk all about that in that review. So yeah, it's got a good director. Hugh Jackman, obviously back as Wolverine, because of course he is. And it takes place in Japan rather than America. Very interesting setting for a Wolverine film, I gotta say. And also, you give it the extra boost of it grappling with Wolverine and his struggle between immortality and wanting mortality. Shame it fumbles the ball on the final act, though. But before then, we have a lot of great things to talk about with this movie. I don't have a super long review for this one, but I tried to keep it pretty well detailed and summarized, with leaving spoilers out, of course. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy my review of The Wolverine. What an awesome movie this was. I've heard for years about how great it is, but I was still taken by surprise. Exhilarating action. This has some of the best action I've seen in any X-Men movie, or any comic book movie, period. The sequence on top of the bullet train, or the sequence in the snow with all those arrows in his back. This movie's action is so damn good. I can't even begin to describe you how great and exhilarating the action in this movie is. You need to see it for yourself. Excellent writing. Hugh Jackman is still amazing as Wolverine. No one will ever replace this guy as live-action Wolverine. Never. They will try to recast him at some point, but it ain't gonna match. Great story, fantastic directing from James Mangold, phenomenal cinematography. This movie's gorgeous to look at. Stellar music, perfect pacing, solid runtime, high rewatchability, and superb acting. Not just Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, but pretty much the main cast of the hero characters in this movie are all great. Also, another one of the best scenes in the series, with Wolverine saving a soldier from the Nagasaki bombing. This is still one of Wolverine's most badass moments. But there are still some problems. The third act of the movie is really anticlimactic. Yeah, up to this point, the movie was being handled really well, and then when it got to the third and final act, it fumbles the ball. The villains are flat and generic, especially Viper, who's the worst part of the entire movie, acting as nothing more than a plot device. Why was Viper even in here? Outside of temporarily weakening Logan, what does she do in this movie that's noteworthy? Pretty much nothing. She's a very blasé, generic, bland, boring villain. And I don't even buy her as a villain half the time. Half the time she just seems like she's there to waste time. I mean, nothing against the actress, I'm sure she tried her best, but this is the one part of the movie that I did not like throughout the entire movie. The rest of the problems are just all in that third act. And the plot itself completely falling apart for the sake of a very bad twist reveal. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys have already heard what it is by now, but I don't want to spoil it in case you haven't, but I'm just going to say right now, it is bafflingly stupid. It is an inclusion that makes no sense in the actual story, and it just serves to take all the wind out of the film's sails. It is a bad reveal. It is one of the worst twist reveals in any comic book movie. It really is that bad. Overall, though, while it does sputter out at the end, the journey through the Wolverine is more than worth the price of admission. A very strong entry, only ruined by a bafflingly stupid ending. Like, if that ending was better, I would have given this movie a 9 or even a 10. It definitely has that potential, from the exhilarating action and the great writing along. But because the entire final act falls on its face, I have to dock it back a little bit. So with that said, my final verdict for the Wolverine is going to be a probably controversial, but brutally honest, but still very, very positive 8.5 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10. Check this movie out if you yet haven't seen it. It is definitely one of Hugh Jackman's best outings as this character. Well, that's it. That's all I've got. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time when we continue on through X Month with X-Men: Days of Future Past. From what I've heard, it's a pretty big fan favorite, so should be pretty good. I'll see you next time.
We cannot take it anymore. The time is coming. We're ready for